What's up, everyone? Welcome to the August 31st edition of DraftKings Tournament Plays presented by Prize Picks. I'm your host, Adam Scherer. You can follow me on Twitter at ShipMyMoneyDFS. And as a reminder, use the promo code AWESOMO when you sign up and make a deposit at Prize Picks. You'll receive one free month of Stokastic Plus Platinum. You'll also receive a 100% deposit bonus up to $100 on your first deposit. We have a 9-game MLB slate tonight. As usual, we're going to take a look at 3 of the top tournament stacks and 3 of the top tournament pitchers using the top stacks tool and the top pitchers tool on the stokastic.com website. Starting with the top 3 stacks, number 3, the Seattle Mariners are taking on Tyler Alexander tonight in Detroit. It's a park upgrade for Seattle, and Alexander's been a horrible pitcher this year, only striking out 12.8% of hitters with a 5 flat xFIP. There's a lot of right-handed power in the Mariners lineup that can take advantage of this matchup. They have a 110 WRC plus and 158 ISO on their active roster. They're currently projected for 7% ownership with a 9% chance of being the top scoring stack. Number 2, the Toronto Blue Jays are taking on Luke Farrell tonight in Toronto. The Blue Jays are currently projected for 6% ownership with a 12% chance of being the top scoring stack. I do think it's likely that ownership projection comes up because it's just wildly low right now. Normally, you're not going to see that big of a gap between top stack percentage and actual ownership. The field's too good for that. But either way, they do project as one of the best offenses, and it's unlikely that ownership comes up enough to offset that. Farrell has only struck out 15.8% of hitters this year with a 4.12 xFIP. The Blue Jays active roster has a 111 WRC plus and 160 ISO. And number 1, the Philadelphia Phillies taking on Tommy Henry tonight in Arizona. The Phillies have a 107 WRC plus and 170 ISO on their active roster. They do get a negative park shift facing the Diamondbacks in Arizona, but still a high upside spot, especially for the right-handed power in that lineup, not to mention Kyle Schwarber and Bryce Harper. Henry so far this year has only struck out 16.4% of hitters with a 5.1 xFIP, and he is likely to struggle again tonight against the Phillies. Now, before we take a look at the top 3 tournament pitchers, we do have a new promo code for viewers of these videos. That promo code is AdamMLB. You can find it at the top of the screen. Use it and get 50% off Stokastic Plus weekly. This offer is available for new users only, but if you haven't already signed up for Stokastic Plus, take advantage. You'll get access to behind the paywall data, including the top stacks tool and the top pitchers tool that I reference in these videos. Again, that's promo code AdamMLB. Use it and get 50% off Stokastic Plus weekly. Now, taking a look at the top 3 tournament pitchers. Number 3, Kyle Wright, taking on the Colorado Rockies tonight in Atlanta. The Rockies have been absolutely awful outside of Coors Field, striking out 23.1% of the time with a 78 WRC plus. Wright has been a solid starter for the Braves this year, striking out 24% of hitters with a 3.3 xFIP. He is $9,800, projected for 16% ownership with an 18% chance of being a top 2 scoring pitcher and an 8% chance of being a top 2 value pitcher. Number 2, Garrett Cole taking on the Los Angeles Angels tonight in Anaheim. Cole is projected for a healthy 43% ownership projection, but he has a 32% chance of being a top 2 scoring pitcher, in addition to an 11% chance of being a top 2 value at $10,800. Cole has the second highest strikeout percentage on the slate at 32%. He has a 2.79 xFIP, and the Angels active roster has a 24.8% strikeout percentage. And number 1, Jacob Degrom, $11,500 price tag and 50% ownership, taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers. He is going to be very popular, but he also has a 40% chance of being a top 2 scoring pitcher on the slate, in addition to a 12% chance of being a top 2 value pitcher. Degrom has struck out 44.7% of hitters so far this season. This is in line with the 45% or so that he struck out last season. He is hands down a phenomenal pitcher, the best in baseball, and it is a difficult matchup against the Dodgers, but pitching on this slate is limited, and DeGrom is just basically on another planet when it comes to pitching, so still going to get there despite the difficult matchup. So to recap, the top 3 tournament stacks: number 3, the Seattle Mariners; number 2, the Toronto Blue Jays; number 1, the Philadelphia Phillies; and the top 3 tournament pitchers: number 3, Kyle Wright; number 2, Garrett Cole; and number 1, Jacob Degrom.